Thank you, Julie. We're now going on to speech number 2, and this is out of the Basic Toastmasters Confident Communicator Manual. It's project number 5, Your Body Speaks, and the speaker is Kai Wang, and her evaluator is Peter Ash. Peter told me that this is in regard to the theme. When I was younger, I received therapy from a Jungian therapist that centered around my keeping a dream journal. Today I still record my dreams, only I now use my dreams as source material for the stories that I develop into performance pieces. Kai wrote, as a child and a young adult, I remember I tended to dream a lot, especially about what I wanted to be. After I became a mom, it seemed that everything was about the kids and their future. Until recently, I started to dream again. I realized that I need to cultivate time for my own dreams and desires and separate my goals from the kids. And I genuinely believe it will be a gift to myself and to them as well. Peter, can you read the objectives to speech number 5 from the manual?
The speaker is to use stance, body movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to illustrate and enhance her verbal message. Movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact should be smooth and natural. Body language should enhance and clarify the speaker's words and help the audience visualize the speaker's points and overall message. The message you see should be the same one you hear. The speech must have a clear purpose and appropriate organization. Also, the speaker must use words and arrangements of words that effectively communicate her message to the audience.
Okay, the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The timer, hello timer.
Yes.
5 to 7. So what are you going to show?
So green
At 5.
at 5, yellow at 6, the midway point of toward the end, and the end is 7 at red, and at 7:30, if you get that far, it will
Okay.
say stop now.
The title of the speech is Embracing Imperfection. Please welcome Kai Wang.
I'm pretty loud. For a long time, I'm a people pleaser. When I first moved to this country, I was desperate to fit in. I wanted the people to like me, to accept me. In appearance, I was this agreeable young Chinese student. Deep inside, I was anxious and worried about how people think of me all the time. I was so anxious that my stomach was a knot most of the days. The first sentence coming out of my mouth in those days usually are like, sorry. If I brought a gift to a friend, it would sound like this. Sorry, I'm not sure if you like that. I could have wrapped it better. I'm really bad at this. Sorry. To tell people what I wanted? Oh no. So at the women's study group, when Bree said, let's order munchkins for lunch, although Munchkins is on the list, is the least favorite of mine, I would say, okay. Well, who am I to say no? I'm new and I'm Chinese. What if they decided they didn't like me? I would do what they want. There were a time I would make a dozen homemade meals in a month and deliver them to all the moms who had just had a new baby or who had a fresh cold around the Arlington area. I could get really busy in the winter time. I was having an infant and a toddler myself. I would make the meals at the home, often feeling so stressed out, worrying my kids would wake up from their cat naps. And then I would drag my tired body and my kids to deliver the meal all across the town, and then put a smile on my face while leaving my crying kids in the car. Ironically, we often had no fresh or hot meals on the table for dinner for my own family. Cobbler's kids usually don't have shoes for their own feet. Because I was too quick to say yes and feel bad for saying no. Oh, yes, those new moms could use a nice meal, but I was putting their needs in front of my family's. And I wasn't even a friend in their immediate circle. What was I doing? I wasn't really living a healthy, balanced, happy life. When I worked hard to put meals to those acquaintances' table, I forgot my own family are worthy of a healthy homemade hot meal too. And they should be my priority. I also neglected my own health because I was so tired taking care of those two kids. And I didn't have any extended family in the country. But I was afraid. I want to please people. And I want to appear to be this sweet, all-together mom who is also so caring and giving all the time, who would make homemade meals all the time. When the truth was, my kids were cranky, and I was stressed out, and my house was a mess. What if I show people the true me? There is this research professor, Brené Brown, who shared that fitting and belonging is not the same thing. Fitting is acquired by seeking approval. It's I will be whatever and whoever you need me to be, as long as I feel like I'm part of this. For years, it's easier for me to seek fitting than seeking belonging. True belonging only happens when we present our authentic self, imperfect selves to the world. I decided that I'm only gonna make meals for my immediate friends, for people who I see on a weekly basis. I need to constantly battle my inner critic. Are you becoming selfish, not caring or giving? What if they're disappointed? For many years, I lived in fear and scarcity, and I was afraid to take risks and to be seen. I would not write or say my true feelings or thoughts. What if it offends other people? What if the words are not fancy enough, sounds simple or naive, or just not good enough? I was hiding in my comfort zone for many years, and I didn't take actions for goals I wanted to achieve. Or I would talk in my head like this: oh my gosh, this idea I have is so brilliant, and I can rock it. But I'm not going to let people see me because they're going to be so jealous of me and will throw bad eggs at me. You know what? For everyone's peace, I'm just gonna quit thinking about doing it. When we suppress our desires and dreams and bury them deep in our heart, part of us also dies with it. We end up disliking ourselves. What about ditching perfectionism and embracing imperfection for a change? When I sound trembling, I would still sing. I will raise my hand when Robert asked who wants to be the next week's Toastmaster, although I was nervous and scared and had never done it before. I will go to my first parenting workshop as a facilitator without feeling I'm going to be crushed if it didn't turn out to be a successful one. I will know I'm going to be fine even when I sound shaky coaching my first client. I'm not an end product, I'm a work in progress. Thank you.